welcome to the dungeon. It might be rough tonight because tonight Zoom has chose chaos. So here we are.
Is he talking?
Yes, I will kill you. I will have a meteor hit your character. There won't be a backup.
That was amazing, though. The look on your face, like.
I'm sorry, I had to. It was too easy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm going to say later when you're in combat.
What?
It looks like so you should be able to do exclamation point enter to do a ticket. Let me see if that counts up for me. Yes, it did. So exclamation point enter. Mr. Lathis, I have your ticket in there. It's already in there. You can only enter once. Yeah, I like how it says a ticket costs 1,000,000 points. I did not put that in there. So the first ticket is free. There is no second ticket, so because we would have people spam it. But welcome.
Wait, is the camera on?
Good thing I have 5 million coins.
It is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's pointing that way.
Oh, okay.
Mute yourself.
Whoops.
So I got to pull something up. I'm way behind because I didn't expect audio issues this evening, but that's fine. Welcome to the dungeon. Yeah,
Dungeon.
Dungeon. Yeah. So, Mr. Lay, we are having a giveaway tonight. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But to the controls are I'm not super familiar. We don't do a lot of giveaways, so I usually set it to 1 ticket and 1,000,000 coins. But your first coin is free, so anyone can. Yeah, I know I'm talking because you see, OBS is not connected to Zoom, so I can see the audio bar moving when I'm talking. So it doesn't work from that way out. So sorry, Mr. Lathis, but nice try. So different technology. It's Zoom that sucks. So here we are. They just won't, the guys won't be able to hear music tonight, which sucks because I always like a nice environment tune going there, and I just love hearing Marsland complain about the volume. So
You play music?
Yeah, I know you probably mute me and the music, but yeah,
That's why I missed the lore dumps.
I'm sure
why.
that's not
okay.
it. Yeah. Even the ones that are personal to him.
The wizard misses the lore dumps. Gotta
Yeah.
love it.
So we don't have a B&B video tonight or a half-ass beer review. Like you can tell it's getting into summer. Everybody's super busy, and I understand that because my schedule looks the same. It's going to be a crazy stuff so far. But what we do have, wow, you're just knocking it out of the park today, OBS. Yeah, give me a second to shrink this down because of course I want a picture to come in at 4K levels. So that, yeah, this is fun. Look, everybody, this is what it's like working with OBS. Oh God, did I almost took it down there? I'm going to get it down there. Jesus Christ. This is just, if you saw our social media post, it has the same thing, but I'll get this. I'm going to get this freaking on here. There we go. There we go. There. That'll work. Anyways.
Right here. This guy right here.
This guy. Okay, so I got a picture up. This is what the giveaway is tonight. It's a Lemurian Savage from Savage Crucible. Justin, you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so this one's coming out of my personal collection for right now. I really love these new Wave 1 figures. This is the first time. They are currently having an in-stock sale right now that includes their standard price figures and both of their accessory giveaways. It does not include any of the slate figures or the Savages. So I wanted to give anybody that hasn't gotten the chance to pick a Savage up yet, chance to win one. And if you win, drop us a message on either our Instagram or our Facebook Messenger tonight, and I will get it shipped out to you tomorrow. Or Discord. Yeah.
Either
or
way.
in our Discord.
There's
Yeah.
so many ways. In fact, I forget what the command is. I think it's that. It is. You can go to our link tree and you can find us in all our social media areas. So any one of those, as long as you get a hold of someone, we'll look for you. Depending on who the name is, we probably know who you are anyway. So we'll get that shipped out to you. So that drawing will be at the end of the stream. So must be present to win. So !enter to enter in to win that figure. And those figures are really cool. Like the more you get, you can swap stuff around. You can make custom stuff. They come with removable Luke Skywalker hands. So it's all good. Yeah, you need to be present to win. Of course. You didn't just work a long day. You're gonna hang out with us tonight. And that's when he's like, I'll just log back in right before it's over. So, on top of that, welcome Rotten Babe, or thanks for the follow. So glad to have you here. We should be around Wednesday. There's a lot going on, so it may be that the environment here at the house may not be comfortable enough to stream. If not, I will be here to stream. Probably do Helldivers because they just had a huge patch the other day. I haven't had a chance to kick it.
Is it bad in your house right now? My house is 73 degrees.
We got it icy right now, so
and I've got the AC set for 68, and it's only gotten down to 73 today.
oh yeah.
Ours was at 72.
Mr. Lathis, whoever wins, we will ship that to you. So no big deal. Oh, they added a few more things. Oh, I can warn people now in OBS. Okay, that's new. I wonder what happens when I press that button. But yeah, welcome everybody. As in other things going on, I don't think we got a whole lot going on. Should be here July 1st and all that stuff. There will be like that third week in July. We won't be streaming on Monday, but we haven't yet put out that schedule. Y'all got anything? Anything cool happening?
Nope, just playing with toys. Got 8 million of them over here on my desk.
A lot. Got a lot. All right. Well, we're running a little behind as it is. So, and happy Father's Day. I know we have a lot of fathers in here. So
Happy not a Father's Day, James.
yeah. And Gwenton's a dog father.
Yeah, he's a dog father. Like, that counts.
That just means they have money.
Latest beat Conquest. I'm way behind on Conquest. I don't like this one. All right. Without further ado, let's get into the dungeon.
You know what's nice about the sound not
All right.
working? I can do the something. I don't have to hear the dragon roar.
All right. Last week, the party confronted by an orc army negotiated to not have them destroy Bishop, and he was confiscated and imprisoned and told to shut down while they questioned the party as to their true intentions of being near Yargish. Convincing the orc that their intentions were good, they sent them north into the city. The party was attacked by remnants of Bishop's old compatriots that after destroying they buried and decided to camp a mile or so outside of the city at the edge of the tree line. Morning comes and we rejoin our party as they continue their adventures. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go around, nudge everybody awake. Soldier, it's time to wake up. Let's go.
Nobody's referred to me as a soldier before.
We're
Yeah,
at
there's a
war.
first time for everything.
Yes.
I rouse and pull some dry tack out of my bag and just start munching on it as I load my stuff into the wagon.
We will not be taking the wagon.
Oh, I wish you'd have told me that before I started loading everything.
I told you that last night.
I had a lot of things
resting.
on my mind. I almost died.
Again.
Always. It's what I do.
Bishop, will you be taking point?
I seem to have noticed that during our battle, I was not being attacked until I was aggressive. Clearly, they still see me as one of their own. I think maybe I need to walk into the town first.
By yourself?
By myself.
How will we know if you're okay?
We have many ways to communicate.
Are they in place?
I look at Quentin.
I'm going to go ahead and yank out one of my teeth and hand it over to Bishop. I'll be like, you can talk to me through this anytime you need to.
That's probably better, as you can initiate it, not just me randomly asking you, "Are you okay? Are you dead yet?" You're not answering. I would take that as a no.
I can only ask this so many times before I get too tired.
At least to scope out what is going on.
Is there somewhere where we can? So we're in a copse of trees. Is that?
We're just like at some
Or is it a?
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, an edge of a forest.
I'm looking at all of us, and well, none of us are really light, except for you, Justinian.
Yeah, I'm probably the lightest one here.
Yes,
Only visibility.
we may need you to climb up that tree over there, and so we have a good vantage as to what's going on, at least as best to our ability. Agreed?
Sure. I'll probably need to use a bit of this, and I pull out a rope, tie it around, and throw it over a tree branch.
Mm-hmm.
I was also recently studying a spell that I had read about a while ago called Fly. That lets me levitate a little bit. That could give us a bit of insight if you are afraid of heights, Justinian.
Not particularly. I've never climbed a tree before.
Well, don't let me hold you back then if you want to live out your inner monkey.
All right. So I'll start trying to climb the tree.
Okay.
Bishop, the scout is in place. Please proceed when ready. We will stand firm here.
Just start taking my time heading towards the.
Okay.
Is it a village or is it a town?
I mean, it's a little of both, but it's more primitive in design. From here, you can tell that there's, they have walls, but they're not stone. They're, it's like a wood fortification around the area.
Yeah.
And I will keep a lookout.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right. Wow.
Okay.
Somebody reset my D&D Beyond dice.
May I ask an obvious question? How covered is this tree? Because we didn't actually, we didn't ask that detail. I mean, is this something where he climbs up a tree and he's not going to be seen? I mean, I'm not trying to plant seeds of discord, but you're trying to use like some sanctified common sense that he's going to climb a tree, stay a little bit undercover, and be able to get a better vantage.
I mean, you're at least a mile away from the entrance. This isn't a close thing, so seeing movement in a tree that far, but vice versa, seeing stuff further out is going to be just as challenging. So no, you're good.
You guys want to stay loaded up on the wagon? That way I can just teleport over to you and we can go if Bishop gives me the signal or I see him get in trouble.
I believe if we come marching into that city with the cart, Bishop will come out there and murder us all. So let us stand firm.
Only suggesting
without the cart.
I'm only suggesting that if there's danger that we need to immediately save him from.
If anything, we should point the cart away from the city in case we need to make an expeditious retreat.
Okay. While you are all there, anything specifically you want to be doing? Great. Bishop. Bishop, you continue walking. It takes you a while because you said you're just taking your time as you walk forward. You approach. There's a large wooden gate there, and you can see two orcish guards there standing outside the gate, and behind each one is one of the creatures that you encountered earlier that you buried, just standing motionless behind those guards.
So the warriors.
Yep.
Okay.
So you continue getting closer. The guard, they as you get close, they kind of straighten up and just look at you. Do you do anything?
I'll stop and I'll look at them.
You can see immediately that they like avert their eyes from you straight forward.
Are you going to open the gate?
Yes, just 1 second. And they turn, and as they move to begin opening the gate, they're pushing on each side of it. You can see the heads from the warriors just turn and keep an eye on them the entire time. After the gate opens up, they make a motion to come inside.
I will walk in.
And as soon as you walk in, the doors close. Now, Justinian, with the roll that you had, from the distance that you're at, you saw... It's hard to see Bishop or any people from that distance, but you saw the doors open and then close.
Okay. And do I have a rough idea of the number of people that were around Bishop when that happened?
I would say you could see enough of the terrain. I mean, it's fairly flat here, and I mean, there's some fields that have been harvested and things. It's like standing in Indiana, right, or Iowa. Right. It's pretty flat. So
fair enough.
You haven't seen anyone else going that direction, so you can put two and two together that Bishop's probably went inside.
Guys, there's a few guards, and Bishop just walked in, and they locked the gate behind him.
Thank you for the report. Continue your observance.
There's nothing left to observe.
Did he seem to go willingly, or did they seem to take him capture?
I don't have that good of eyes, but nobody seemed to surround him. He seemed to walk in on his own, from what I could tell. I will stay sitting up here until you guys tell me otherwise.
If the city suddenly explodes, I'm assuming that will mean that Bishop initiated a self-destruct.
Bishop's got a self-destruct?
I can only presume.
Thank you, Justinian. We need eyes on the city. Being down here puts us at a disadvantage. Thank you for your diligence. Continue.
Okay.
Of course.
Thus, the life of a scout. 95% staring at nothing, 5% actual action.
Okay. Get this switched over for everybody else so they can see what I'm talking about. So, Bishop, you've entered into the city there. Along that northern entrance. That's where you went in. So you can see there's homes, buildings. You can see a lot of this has been burning recently, which you're well aware of. There's debris. There's less remnants of corpses or anything like that, but there's still blood splatters. There hasn't been any rain, so there's still blood splatters on buildings, certain puddles that are full as you walk through town. You can, looking at the ground, you can see the footprints of definitely construct type beings that have been walking through in here. Other than that, people are cautiously going about their day-to-day business. You notice they do react to you and kind of see you, they startle and move another way.
Am I seeing any of my brethren just like, are they positioned in certain areas? Are they...
Right now, all you've seen is warriors walking around. Not a lot of them, just a few here and there. You can see they're basically, if you're looking at the map, you keep walking that big gray square in the middle. Surrounding that center part of town, it is like all the shops. So this is a shopping area. You walk basically straight into the shopping area of Yargish.
Okay. When you say I walked in the northern gate, you're talking about where the green buildings are? Is that where I came in?
The
at?
yellow ones. Yep. There's a northern and southern gate.
Okay. All right, I will slip down an alley
Okay.
and into the tooth. I guess I'll The people are currently unharmed, but more warriors are sentries around the village. I will further investigate.
And with that, the tooth will just disintegrate out of your hand.
He should brush more.
I relay to everybody. Bishop has told me that people aren't being actively harmed, and there are several sentries walking around. But it seems like people have gone back to their day-to-day life. And he will not be able to call back out to me.
Did you specify he could only use that once before we sent him in with that?
Yep.
Guess
I mean, I've explained that before, but I mean, I probably should have reiterated it.
Well, gonna play phone tag later.
So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of walk the whole city
Okay.
and just see what's actually going on.
All right. As you
I
walk
want
out,
to take account of as many warriors and things like that as I run across.
okay. Starting in the market district, you see the shop Anvil Works. And right next door to it, you see Leatherworks 2. And then on the southern part, you see Tribal Trinkets. And then the big gray building there is split into two separate doors, but they share the same building. One of them has a sign that says, "Stay here." The other one says, "Eat here." They're very
enough.
literal.
They're very simple folk.
As you're walking, you hear a sound. One you haven't heard in a long time. As you look forward and see very rare but active one of the Devastators. It's four large tree trunk-like legs towering over most things, towering over you. It's cylindrical firing mechanism mounted over the top. It just acts as a slow sentry passing right through the center of town here.
Okay.
I smell an upgrade for Bishop.
You see it stops as you get near. Identification.
B115H0P.
Please
First
hold.
of designation.
Due for service. Please report to the nearest service center. Continue. And then you just... And I mean, you feel the ground move as it's taking these steps. You're very aware of these things. They're terrifying.
Yeah.
This thing is not big enough for me to see it, though, outside the city walls,
No.
correct?
No.
Okay.
As you're walking forward, you feel something run into you, and this small orcish child, as you look down, it's laying on the ground where it ran into your leg. They get up, and you can see their eyes are wide, staring right at you. And please don't hurt me. And they just scramble off into the mud and tripping over themselves, running away from you.
I just look in its direction, where it's going.
Just continues about where you came from. It's just crossing the center of the market area.
Okay. I will continue my walk around.
Okay. Most people give you wide berth. You have not seen any of the protectors. There's nothing that looks like you around. Through walking through, we'll say this goes on for a couple hours. You're just walking through the streets. Just a lot of warriors. Only that one devastator.
Okay. I'm gonna take some more back streets and try to find like a secluded home and knock on the door. I want to kind of be out of sight of any of the warriors or anything like that.
Okay. Let's say you can do that. Much to you're very much aware of how the warriors work, right? It's a simple routine: attack when told to attack, patrol when told to patrol. They pretty much follow the same route that they were told to follow, so it's doesn't take too long to identify what that is and get to an area of town that's a little less active than others. So yeah,
Okay.
you find one.
I'll knock on the door.
Okay. Takes a while, and the door slowly creaks open. Yes?
I am here for inspection. And I'll push my way in.
They, a woman orc, she immediately starts crying. We just went through inspection. We told you there's nothing here. Leave us alone.
As I push through her, I'll shut the door behind me.
You see out of the back, or kind of in the home itself, toward the back, you can see what looks to probably be her husband. He's missing an arm. He's got wrappings on his head. He looks like he's in bad shape. There's a pretty good chance he's not making it very much longer. You then, out of the corner, you see a child kind of peek around the corner. They've got like something covering their eye. They get bruises all over them. As they step out, you can see the bottom portion of their leg has been replaced with some kind of wooden instrument to keep walking. They hobble on it and have to kind of brace themselves on the wall. I told you, we're not harboring anything. There are no rebels here.
I would like you to relax. I am here to find out what actually happened.
You know
I am
what
not
happened.
part of the group that has sieged your village.
From the back, you hear, Lars,
They are trying to trick us into being subservient to them. They're here to finish me off. Get on with it, beast!
I know I am not to be trusted. I know what has happened here. I'll go back and use key point to do Hand of Healing. I am not here to harm you.
And as you see him
I will-
kind of shift uncomfortably from the... there's definitely a visible fear, and he just kind of grits his teeth and almost lunges forward as you push your hand out, and then you see him feel that the healing come through.
What's torturing you go for? You keep us healthy, then beat us within an inch of our life. Just to make us healthy again, all for your own amusement.
I am sorry that this has happened to you. We are here on behalf of your army. We are trying to make this right.
You just hear crying behind you as the small child rushes over to its mother.
Mommy, I don't want them to kill Daddy.
I need to know what happened. Who is in charge?
You should know who's in charge. They're your master. Why aren't you gathered with the others at the dock?
As I have stated, I am not part of this group.
You can sell
I am
your
here.
lies somewhere else, but we're not buying them here.
Why are they allowing you to go day to day as business as normal?
You should tell that to me. You're his servant.
I do not know what you are talking about. I literally got here today. I am with a group of individuals. We wish to help your village. We were
Okay.
sent from Candor's Keep.
He looks around you to his wife, and
It looks like they sent one of the faulty ones.
There is nothing wrong with me. I
You can
am
s-
not like these others.
you see him stand up. He struggles to get up and reaches over and grabs an axe that's there. Just holds it at his side with his one good hand. And he gets right up into your face, just baring his tusks.
Do what you came here to do, beast. I've lived in agony long enough. I will die with honor in my own home.
I am not here to injure or harm you or your family. I understand that my appearance in the situation you are in dictates your response. But I do truly wish to help.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, and I'll say with disadvantage because the events. Guidance.
No, it's a nat 1, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh no.
You malfunction and kill him.
He just starts
He
spinning.
punches him.
You look like you need a hug.
He obviously going through you're aware enough that this family is definitely deep into some real PTSD type situation.
Yeah.
You know, even though you are trying your hardest and you're being very genuine, this is a very difficult prospect here of what's going on. So he is not being aggressive toward you in the thing. He's not queuing up to attack you, but he's not buying what you're selling.
I hope my actions will change your mind. And I'll leave his home.
And you can see his wife there. Her and the child are both crying profusely as the husband just stands at the back, axe ready. They're just watching you.
Go on. Go join your friends.
It's a great idea.
And you leave, closing the door behind you.
All right. I will make my way towards. I'm sure I saw where the docks would be.
Yeah,
as I approach this city or village.
There's signs. There's signs that lead out that
right.
way. I mean, it's a city.
I'll make my way that way, and an AFK. So if you want to swap over to them,
okay. All right. So the rest of you, it's been a couple hours now. You have not heard from Bishop. Well, I would say you're aware you can't hear from Bishop. But is there anything that you would like to do?
And watch at the base of the tree.
Okay.
After about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I asked Marcelin if he'll swap places with me.
Okay. I accept, and I will cast Fly on myself and find the. What?
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say I used the ropes to help myself get up there. Like, you could tie off the end of the rope, and I could help haul you up there. That way.
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
Spell, yeah. So
I'm not a climber.
Yep. So
Marson like a little tether ball. He's just like him with a rope, just like flying around the tree.
yeah, so I'm gonna have it tied around myself, and then toss down one end to Marcelin for him to tie around himself, and then I'm just gonna full force jump off the edge of the tree.
Oh,
You feel yourself get pulled rapidly upwards as Justinian hits the ground.
wait. How heavy are you, Justinian?
That's true. That's true.
only 180 pounds.
Oh, I didn't
So-
realize you were that
but-
heavy. Okay.
How much
Yeah.
are you with all your equipment on?
What equipment? I literally don't even have my backpack on right now, so let's see. I would be 132.9 pounds right now.
It helps you get up either way.
Okay.
And slows
So-
him down enough to not take fall damage.
All right, I'll get up there and I am going while I'm up there. I'm going to start casting my floating disc, so I have a nice platform to sit on.
Okay, fair enough. So you see Marsland, this disc appears, and he just kind of scooches out on it and sits cross-legged, staring out too.
I
towards the
really
city.
want to cast the spell magic right now. Intrusive thoughts. I pull out all 3 pieces of the sword out of my bag of holding, and I'm just like rearranging them on my cape and just looking at them.
Okay. Quentin, anything?
Not really.
Okay. I think that's everybody. Yep. Bishop, back to you.
Okay. So, yep, I'm heading towards the dock just to see what he was talking about.
Okay. As you get closer to the dock itself, you see a bit higher concentration of the warriors walking around. They're definitely patrolling much shorter routes here. And right page here. You also see the remnants. I would be the best way to put it. Undead creatures just kind of standing around. They look like orcs that were slain a long time ago. And they all seem to be congregating down toward the water.
Okay. I will make my way that way, but I will try to be as out of sight as possible as I do it.
All right. Roll a stealth check.
And second that one for the night.
You are batting 1,000.
Oh, so we just traded dice rolls today.
Apparently.
Wow. That's really bad. All right. Well, you're trying. Fortunately for you, it's a little easier to pass through here because you fit in with everyone else. You fit in with the other machines. But are you just trying to get a vantage point and see what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without sticking out like a sore thumb, but you know.
Yeah. So you come around the corner and you can see everyone's kind of congregating, and you see like this dark hooded figure standing at the edge of the water, and they begin walking into the water. There's a bit of a beach here, and walks out into the water a bit. And you hear Bai Sa Shemo Unta Su. And the words almost just echo off the buildings themselves. And there's just further out into the water, it's just like a pulse, just a poof, and this wave ripples inward to the shore. And you can see it kind of blow the robes back just a bit. And then everything goes still. Moments later, you feel the air chill. A breeze blows in. The clouds kind of roll over. Marsden, you actually see kind of the clouds forming just over the city. You can hear a crack of thunder and lightning. As the water begins to part, and you see a large creature begin emerging from the water.
Got a gun.
Blue skin, dark hair, beard, braided, kind of a billowy, purplish green clothing on their chest, deep purple pants with boots. You have summoned Ishtab.
Oh my god.
What might I do for you?
You won't go away.
The air just crackles behind him. You can see his eyes glowing in this darkness that kind of covers with these stormy clouds. There's like weird creatures, like aquatic creatures stuffed in parts of his vest, and some of them are falling off of him into the ground, and you see him kind of skitter off different ways. The robed figure stands up tall and pulls the hood back, and you can see wisps of hair on a pale, bald skull, eyes slightly glowing a purple, something you haven't seen in a few months, as Athan stands in the water before Ishtab. I have come, Ishtab, to ask favors of you. What does it take to gain the favor of the Pillar of Water? Ishtab stands there before him. You ask a favor of me, but I may need a favor from you. You know my sister sleeps, and while she sleeps, there are things that she has taken from me. And I need these things back. Will you get them for me, wizard? I am but a humble servant to the pillars of the world. Whatever you speak, I will obtain. All but for a favor. What might I do? With that, you see him kneel down, one knee into the water, and he looks up at Ishtab. Ishtab likes this. Ishtab hasn't had a willing servant in a long time. I need you to retrieve a very specific artifact of mine from the great island north of... where do you call it? The city of Briarfork. There is an island to the north of there where my sister keeps her things. Retrieve this, and Ishtab will owe you a favor. And there is nothing greater than owing Ishtab a favor. And he bends down, gets like within a few feet of Athan's face.
You also smell a little bit. You might want to do something about that. My apologies, my lord. I will retrieve this for you, as you ask. Do not bother Ishtab again until you do. Once you have it, come here and enter my temple in the water. You will be welcomed, and we can discuss what favor it is that I may do for you. It is as you request. I will leave by morning to acquire this for you. Beware of pirates. They do like to sail on my waters. And with that, he stands back up and turns around and begins walking back into the water. The waves secede, the clouds part back, the sun comes back out. Ethan stands up, pulls the hood back over, and you see him stop for a second from where you're at, and he kind of puts his head up, and he starts looking around. What do you do?
I will duck down a little bit, because I'm assuming I'm a little taller than
Yes.
the warriors.
Okay. He looks your general direction, and he kind of turns his head quickly and pulls the robe and begins walking. And as he walks, there's warriors that just surround him as he walks through the street. Standing here at the docks, you can see that there are several ships and things here as well. They're not being loaded or unloaded. They're just here. They're various sizes.
Are there any crews on any of them?
None that you can see right now. Some of them are big, like the ones you've been on before. Some of them are more closely to like the one you took to the ones Perrin's Folly. So smaller. So they don't all need big crews. But you can see the warriors are now starting to disperse a bit, and you can see they're kind of pushing back into town.
Okay. So am I outside of the walls now?
Yes.
Okay. I will make my way back to the group.
Okay. Back to the group. A couple hours more has passed. Anyone doing anything? It's now getting into late afternoon.
Does anybody
Do
else
I-
want
I'm sorry.
a stint up here? It's getting difficult for me to see. Okay, I guess I'll just stay up here.
What do you ask, Bishop?
Do I know the since I'm from Briarfort, do I know what island he's talking about?
You know there are two islands north of Briarfork. There's one that's almost immediate. It's just off the coast, like you can see it from the coastline. That's a pretty small island. And then there's a bigger island that's pretty far north, a couple hours ship ride from even Briarfork. So you know of those islands. But in both cases, nobody goes to nobody goes to them. They're not real habitable. When you were dug up, you were aware, right? Like you were
Yes.
okay. You know that you were dug up on the island immediately north of Briarfort. That's a small strip of land. That's where you were found.
With me being there for as long as I was, would I have known if there was any like? Well,
You
I
know,
mean,
there
these
really
are-
wasn't much there. It was,
Okay.
it's a fairly shallow island. So you know, it's like one of those ones you see in the Caribbean that is just like a beach, basically. So
Okay, so
except-
all right. So I guess where I'm trying to get at is where I was found wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have thought would have been a place where a pillar of the world was sleeping.
I would say you would, with fairly good certainty, you would know it would not be that island that's immediately
okay.
north of Briarfort.
Okay.
Because the people at Briarfork would go there, like there's mining and things that would go on in that area and stuff like that. Like somebody would have stumbled onto something there at some point.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and I will go as quickly as I can back to the group.
Okay. Sorry for that segue. Gwenton, anything?
Yeah, if it's getting dark, I'm going to use sending just to check
Okay.
on them.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
So basically, just Bishop, is everything okay? Haven't heard from you in a while, and it's getting dark.
I'll tell Marsland he can get down from the tree. Marsland, if you can't see anything up there, come on down.
Yeah, can you get to the other side of the rope, possibly, so I don't just fall? I don't trust myself climbing down from here.
I'll hold on to the rope. Ready?
I'll scoot off the branch, and I'm like very carefully lowering myself down through the tree.
Okay.
While they seem preoccupied, I go over to Gwenton and I tell him that the other two pieces of my sword and a letter for Bishop are in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay.
Gwenton, if anything happens to me, I need you to make sure that Bishop knows to get that letter out of my bag of holding.
I can do that.
Thank you.
What are you
I
planning?
really appreciate it. I'm not planning anything. I almost died last night. I mean,
we always almost die.
right,
Just kind of feels like what happens to us.
right. And so I just want to make sure that if something happens to me, that Bishop gets this letter, and you are the only other person in the group that I can trust to not say anything until it's the right time.
I can do that.
Right.
And you hear back from me.
Run!
Get the cart ready. We have to get back to
Right.
the army.
Okay.
It was Ethan. We have a problem.
It was Ethan. Oh shit. I'll start getting the horse ready then.
I did see a bit of a storm that appeared over the city. I wonder if that was Ethan.
What do you know to think it was Ethan? If I haven't relayed everything back yet.
Are you not saying this out loud?
Bishop is telling me that through sending.
Right.
Oh, I interpreted it as you were repeating things out loud.
I mean, I typically don't like use sending because I use it for things in the background all the time.
Well,
He does.
There's a lot of stuff I use sending for.
Okay. I redact my statement.
No, you're good. Because after I'll start getting the cart ready and tell people, like, tell everyone what's going on from Bishop.
I wonder if those clouds were me.
All right.
Wasn't he the undead guy that you guys let go?
I didn't let him go. I never saw him.
Okay, isn't he the undead guy that Bishop and Oz and Marcelin and yeah.
Let's go is implies as it sounds like you're making an accusation. We didn't have much choice.
As we told the orc general, he teleported away.
So he was scared of you guys.
He ran with his tail stuck.
Well,
Something
shoot,
like
we
that.
should just go charging into the city and take him on then. I mean, if he's that weak.
Weren't you the one who was just worried that you almost just died last night? And now you want to go into a town full of probably more bots and some things we don't even know about?
I just cast the Sky Self to make myself look like one of those mechanical things that we fought yesterday.
I don't know how long that would make it past, because I don't know about you, but don't they have like heat sensors or something?
I don't know. Does Bishop have heat sensors?
Never really asked him.
Heat sensors.
Or organic sensors. That's not a robot. That's a lie.
Listen, meatbags.
You're not there yet. You're not there yet. Oh.
Basically, I think we're just waiting on the wagon ready to go for Bishop.
Okay.
Yep.
After a bit, as the sun begins to set, Bishop, you see him coming over the horizon, or what looks like Bishop, coming toward
We
you.
have to wait until we really know that's Bishop to go. Like,
Bishop, you come up on them. They're all just waiting in the cart.
What did you do with the potion of healing from the disease?
is downing a potion an action or a bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay.
All right, Bishop, you're there.
We need to go now. We need to figure out how to get back to Briarfork as fast as possible. Ethan has summoned one of the pillars. He has asked Ishtab for a favor. Ishtab has decided that he wants Ethan to go and steal something from his sleeping sister. I do not know which pillar she is. Also, not only are there more warriors, we have a larger problem. He has control of a devastator.
Is that what you are?
No,
Yeah.
it is much bigger than me. It was used for sieges.
So bigger than you.
Much bigger than me.
Do you have any idea how you take those things down in case we inevitably come upon it?
I don't know any of the weaknesses of anything. Right, that was not something that
You wouldn't like it. Wouldn't have been something you were ever concerned with to know. But what you do know is, for as many battles as you were in, and you were in a lot during the war, you never saw one get destroyed.
What?
So, the dumb question: Did Gaz's book, was it only Bishop's model in that book, or is it all the models in that book?
It was specifically for Bishop's model.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a good question, though. I didn't think
That was a very good
question.
question. Yeah.
Here's a handy dandy book that has all the cheat codes on how to kill everything.
So
I
Bishop,
had to think about that for a second because, like, there's a lot of intricate parts to bishops that would fill up a book. So to have all of them in there would be war and
Walking
peace.
around with like 50
So,
encyclopedias.
right.
so Bishop, what's your model called if a big one's called a Devastator?
I am a protector.
Can we talk about this as we're writing?
Agreed.
Oh, absolutely. I thought
Yes.
we
Let's
thought
get
we
in the
were
cart
riding.
and
My
move.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought we were moving.
I never assume we're moving if we're talking.
Ethan has surrounded himself with multiple warriors. I think for us to get closer to him, if we can cut him off or attack him while he's on this island, might be better. Whatever power he has or control might diminish if he is taken out.
Plus, if he's on the island, the chances of him having a Devastator are lower, right? Because how are you
Very much lower.
What was that?
Very much lower. Chances of survival are slim. With one of those, there is no way we could take back the city.
Well, Briarfork is nowhere near here. I don't think I need to state that. What's the fastest way we can get there? Surely Ethan can find some quick method of getting there.
We
who's
could,
this-
if one of us knew how to sail, steal a boat. Unfortunately, none of us know how to sail.
I have read about sailing. I don't know how that would apply to practical transportation.
Why don't we ask the general?
That is an option. I suggest we head that direction.
Once it gets,
I have sailed before. I can man the ship.
You know how to sail a complete ship. I
One
have
does
been on
not
many ships.
One does not sail it solo. One has a team.
I would feel more comfortable asking the general if he has anybody available. These are their ships.
Absolutely. We need a crew.
There are more patrols near the dock, but it is outside of the city itself. So it might be easier to commandeer. Also, there were more of the undead.
Here, who has a map of Frisia?
I have many.
Good.
And what level of detail would you like? Would you
I
like
would
the
like-
whole island? Would you like the topography of the island? Would you like all of the cities? Would you like all of the waterways? Would you like the trade routes? Would you like the individual city maps? Would you like the historic weather maps? Would you like? You can stop me at any time too if you have anything that rings a bell here. Would you
These
like
are
the
all good
ore
useful
maps?
resources. Good and useful. Now I need to know where Briarfork is relative to our position currently.
Is that direction approximately DM insert number of miles away?
All right.
It's from where you're at and your expertise with maps. By ship, you're probably, if you straight line it from here to the supposed island, probably 5 days.
It's probably 5 days.
What is the alternative? If we cannot get a ship and man it to head to the island, we head to Kandor's Keep. And at that point, the mission is lost.
We would not
must.
be heading to Kandor's Keep. We would have
Agreed.
to travel as quickly as possible to Briar Fork. Briar Fork also has ships. They're just smaller and probably not as fast. And as we already know, Ethan can teleport, but I don't know if he can teleport to places he's not been before.
Well, also, he wouldn't seem the type to me to leave all of his army behind and leave himself defenseless.
I do not believe he would abandon the city. Like I
Please.
said, he has surrounded himself with his own bodyguards.
Do you have an idea of when he's planning to leave?
Tomorrow morning.
Then we
So
should
We
make
need to be
haste.
quick.
So,
Agreed.
is our plan to sail ahead of him and get to the island?
Our plan is to get a ship, and then we can determine how fast we can get there. If we get there beforehand, ideal, Justinian. But if we end up falling behind, it's better than not having a ship at all.
Okay.
You do remember that it was about a day from the camp to where you're at right now.
I will
What if we cast the talking spell, Quentin's talking spell, to the chief? That would save us the day of getting there to communicate and have him come and meet us possibly by the time Ethan sails.
I'm going to ask whoever's driving the horses to stop. I don't know who it is. We didn't declare. So, all right, let's stop, please. Now, keep in mind, we have very limited time. If we go back to camp and then come back after a discussion with the orc with nothing to show results, we have just wasted an entire day, and that's quite a head start. We need to go get a ship now.
What
Agreed?
good would that do? We can't take the ship to the general.
Right, but I'm saying if we message Quentin, the general can come directly to us in one day versus us going there for one day and him coming back on day 2. That's what I'm saying. We
How
have
good
Quentin.
is this communication, Quentin?
20 words or less.
Can you convince an orc general in 20 words from someone who is not an ally to march a day with his army?
Most likely not. Considering I can even convince him earlier of most things. Sorry, it's 25 words or less.
I will throw another question out. Now, Bishop, I do not mean to undermine you. Your mission into that city was very successful. However, that the idea of getting the general to agree and to come is very slim. It's my understanding that his only goal is freeing this city.
And that is what we would be doing.
Agreed.
If we can take Ethan out of the equation, I am assuming that his control over my brethren will diminish. He did not have this army. You heard the general. These things came out of the ground. So he used whatever dark magics he had to call them forth. Do you think no one would have noticed an army of me walking through the islands and not said anything. The attack on Yargish was spontaneous. The general himself said he walked by himself to the gates.
Quentin, can you message the general and tell him to bring his army to the gates immediately?
I don't think he'll just come to the gates, considering that you're still how many warriors in there, Bishop?
A lot.
The Devastator?
Only one Devastator, but I have never seen one destroyed.
Right, but you've never seen an Axamander fight one either, so.
I am one man. I have only succeeded and lived this long by the power of an army behind me.
Bishop, this is a personal mission for you. What do you think we should do?
If we are to get Atheon out of the picture, we need to go where he's going. And as of right now, we know where he will be going.
Right. So
Currently, they are letting the people of Yargish carry on with their day-to-day business. We need to either commandeer one of their ships with a crew, which I am sorry, Annex, I have traveled with these people. Not one of them really paid attention on any of the ships we were on. I know more about sailing than anyone in this group correctly, other than yourself.
I spent a lot of time casting Destroy Water and mending.
Now, arguably, I think Marsland studied the ships pretty in detail. I
No,
would
he
say.
didn't.
He did,
What?
because he specifically went around
Into
and
the
said,
airship, not a sailing ship. That was a different situation.
and I think
They're basically
well,
the same thing.
I think on the trip back from Perrin's Folly, he was also repairing sails and stuff just to stay afloat enough to get to town. So.
Well,
It's true.
But there is some, yeah. I'm just putting that out there.
yeah. But if we are to do this, we are going to need the help of the general and some of his men.
Can we disguise ourselves as people of Yargish?
What good would that do? They are terrified of my brethren.
Hoping that we can find a crew of people in the city to help take the ship and follow. Bishop, my concern is that we will fall so far behind that the mission will be lost.
I do not believe that anyone inside of Yargish is in the right mind to be of any use.
You have toured the city, and I take your word seriously.
There are a lot of injured.
Signal the general.
At least get a response. I can take the lead and ride all night if I need to, while the rest of you rest.
We need you at prime fighting shape as well, Bishop. Quentin, please get a hold of the general.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to count out words here.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's a thing.
Make sure they're big words. Very descriptive.
Remember, they're primitive.
Okay, maybe not big words.
Hurt brain.
Brain on bread.
I don't remember the exact way I said it, and I was like one word short, but basically, it was like, we have a lead on Aiden, but we need a ship. Can you help us?
Eden.
Aiden Shadowspark?
Understood. Yeah.
Ethan, sorry.
Yeah. He's speaking orc because they have tusks. They can't say duh.
Are you asking me to come into Yargish? It sounds like a trap.
You setting again saying, not everybody, just some people to help us sail. We're going after Ethan.
Who is this?
Oh my god!
I think I would have had enough to say Gwenton in the second one.
Did you in the second one?
I think I would have had enough left over to say it. That wasn't very many. Here's the stupid thing is, why can't you cast Sending at 4th level?
I don't know.
More words?
No, I can only cast it at 3rd level.
Yeah, there's I've got a couple on my spell sheet that don't let me do it either. It drives
They
me
just
nuts.
don't have an upgrade path, so it's
Right, but does that mean that you wouldn't allow it to be cast at a higher level?
I
Yeah,
don't
like, can I use
care. If you want to
Okay.
use your 4th level slot for it, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll use a 4th level slot to say, this is Quentin. Bishop had good news. Ish. Bishop had good intel. Don't, and then, okay, this is Quentin. Bishop had good intel. Do not attack the city. There's a destroyer. That's what I'm going to go with. And that's done. That's it. I'm done texting this guy.
Are you including that in the message? It's over.
Thank you for the information. We will hold our attack for now until we're ready to deal with that.
Son of a bitch, he ignored my request for med.
Oh.
Can I cast Minor Illusion all the way back at him? Just me giving him the finger? God dang. All right, looks like we're stealing a small boat.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about he has men that can help us sail, so leave it up to you guys if we try stealing a small boat or if we just go back and see him.
I really think it would be better for us to try to sneak in there ourselves, take a boat that we can manage, and go.
Let me just send a text to Frost. Hey buddy! Can we get help? We need a lift.
We'll tell you where Oz is.
Just tie a rope around Bishop and let him hang. It's okay. Oh, that came out bad.
Did I see any boats there that were small enough that a crew of 5 would be able to do anything with?
Sure. You saw some bigger boats that are more like goods transport boats. You saw some really small fishing boats, and then there were some average sized boats that were probably used for trips from Yargish to Governor's Den, or to Titan's Rock, that could be manned by a smaller crew.
All right. I will turn the cart around then and hug the coast as much as possible
Okay.
until we get close enough that we have to abandon the cart.
Okay.
DM,
Nice.
would I remember? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Nope, go.
Would I remember one of the numbers, the designation numbers on one of the 3 warriors that we fought yesterday?
Did you specifically look for a designation number?
No, but I just figured since two of
Mine's-
them pummeling me
mine's
in
hidden.
the face.
No.
No, even
Mine's hidden.
Bishop's
Mine's
is.
Oh, they're
internal.
hidden? Okay.
Yeah.
The only
Alright.
reason they found mine was because they were putting me together.
I'm just one. Okay, so since it's hidden, I can just look like one of them and it'll be passing. It's not like it has it stenciled on its chest or something like that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can look like one. Yeah.
So, Bishop, could one of the warriors tell if I disguise myself as a warrior? Could they tell with their vision that I'm not one of them?
I have no idea.
Can you see through it when I've cast disguise self before?
No.
Okay.
But my programming is also different.
Right.
Okay. Nighttime has definitely set in. You kind of skirt to the north. Let me change that map over.
This might be better. We might be able to get there ahead of him and get what was it again you said that he was looking to steal?
Something from his
Just
top.
an artifact. I don't know what the artifact was.
Okay. You about right there where my ping is. You can get to about there before you start getting into the populated sections of the dock area. It is extremely dark. The moon's shining down, so it's reflecting off the water, which allows it to be a little brighter outside than normal. But you can see some of the warriors patrolling.
Okay. Since I've scoped them out some, and I get the pattern, I'll take the lead.
Okay.
I'm going to cast disguise self on myself to look like a warrior.
Okay.
And Bishop, maybe we can make it look like we're hauling the rest of these guys as prisoners. I'll look at them as I'm like all warriored up.
I'm not sure the warriors would even have an inkling of what you're doing. They are given commands, and that is what they do.
Okay. So I'll just take up the rear of the group then, since you're leading.
And I will. I'm gonna stealth.
Go ahead and
Yes,
give me,
stealthy as
Justinian, before we do the stealth check, Justinian, give me a performance check with disadvantage.
For casting disguise self?
Not on the disguise self.
Oh, okay. Performance with disadvantage. Of course. There's my dice. So 7.
Okay. So while you look like one, they definitely have a unique cadence to their walk and things, and you've only fought them. You haven't seen them in like this patrol thing. So
Right.
you're walking like with a 7. You're walking normal,
Right.
but look like them.
Right.
So, all right. So everybody else that wants to be sneaky, go ahead and roll a stealth check. I will give advantage as Bishop is leading and knows the patterns.
Good, because that was a natural one.
Ooh,
That was a 7, so I get 9.
We need to put a
14
nat
for
1 and
me.
nat 20 checker in here.
11 was my best.
21.
Okay.
21.
Okay. Fair
Wait.
enough.
What? Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Well, it was at advantage. I'm at disadvantage, so that was a straight roll.
Oh,
my
nice.
first roll was 21 as well.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So you're effectively dodging the patrols. The Bishop's, holding you back as they pass by. You're dipping into the shadows, moving forward. You get to where the docks are, and kind of from that first dock that you see there on the map as it goes to the south, it's bigger ships on those first two, and then where the 3 are is your more average size ships, and then the other 3 to the south, you can see the smaller ships. Real small like local fishing vessels.
So we need a medium ship, right, guys?
No,
We need
I don't
extra
think-
large.
we need the small ones.
I thought he
don't
said
think
those were
5
like
of us-
fishing boats.
Oh, you said the middle ones were the transport ones?
Yeah, the middle ones
Oh,
are
okay,
probably
okay,
the average size ones. The ones to the far south are more like John boats.
Okay.
Which you can use those if you want.
Row, row, row your boat.
Fish up, row your boat ashore.
All right.
Okay. One second. So I get to the right area here. So where are you heading?
To the first dock that has a medium boat.
Okay,
And to the first boat, I imagine that looks like we could use it.
that's seaworthy.
Yeah.
Okay. You stealthily work your way down the docks. These docks are. You guys have been to a lot of the docks at this point in this area. The docks are just dead. There is nobody around, for sure. One of the larger ships has some lights on inside of some inner rooms where you can tell someone's there. But you get onto this this ship. It's small. There's a small cabin inside. It's going to be tightly packed, but it can work for a sleeping quarter of some sort. A wheel and a single sail there to take you out. You untie the ship from the dock and kind of push off. Who's doing what?
This is all you. You don't know what you can sail.
Yeah, Nax, you're gonna have to tell us where we're going. Like, who
Yeah.
needs to do what?
I'm working on it.
Assign jobs, man.
Give an Axamander. Give me a charisma check, a straight charisma check.
Yeah. Uh, 11.
Okay, average. This is his ability to instill faith that he knows what he's doing with the rest of you.
Mhm. Yeah.
So right now, y'all are being like, "Oh no, this is a bad idea." Once you're in the water and away from the dock, and he's at the wheel.
Okay. All right. I'll man the helm. Justinian,
Yes.
make sure to unfurl the sails when we are far enough away from shore. Have we already disembarked?
you have,
Unfurl the sails.
you are away from the dock, but you haven't started moving forward. There are sections. There's like 2 ports in the very front and 2 ports in the very back that have small oars that come out
Yep.
to kind of get you away from shores and those areas where there's no wind.
Yep. Bishop, Quentin, please man the oars.
I go to the front ones.
I could potentially summon my elemental as air to fluff up the
Larson,
sails some.
Unfurl
Is-
the sails.
Marsden, that is an excellent idea, but let's wait until we are away from shore before we do any fantastical feats. Let's stick to traditional.
What-
Aye, aye, Captain.
What does unfurl the sails mean?
We're gonna
I lean over to Marsland. What does unfurl the sails mean?
Justinian, you look confused. I want you to bring the sails down. I want you to tie them so that they catch the wind once we have the wind on there. So I will help you with this once we are away from shore. But first, let's focus.
Okay.
If you would like a technical drawing of this, I can draw it out for you in excruciating detail.
No, I just start untying anything attached to the sails, any rope attached
Oh
to
no.
the sails.
Marsland, keep an eye on Justinian. Make sure he doesn't do anything he shouldn't.
Bishop, are you blowing a fuse yet?
I just stand there and am staring at Justinian.
Point of order: 19-year-old has never been on a ship except for an airship.
It's fair.
Bishop gets up. Go back to the oars, and I will start doing the
Oh,
sails.
okay. And I run down. I was like, oar. I know how to do this. I've been on a fishing boat before.
All right.
Bishop, thank you.
Gwenton and Justinian, give me just a straight strength check.
That's a nat 20.
Dang.
We're
That's
going
a
in
9.
circles.
The front's
Yeah,
full.
circles.
Going in circles.
So also, Justinian and Gwenton, give me a stealth check.
What?
Oh no.
Why a stealth check?
6. I'm loud.
Okay.
12.
Because you're stealing a boat, and you're probably going to try to be quiet as you can be to get away from the docks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I am imagining Captain Jack Sparrow right now. That is just like
But you
Sea
have
a bubbling
turtles,
pool
mate.
of a pirate.
Sea
Yeah.
turtles, mate.
So you start going in, and at the front of the boat, you're going hard to move away from the land. Like Gwenton's just like power rowing with each one. It's like cloop, 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 as Justinian, like his isn't as loud, but he's definitely like giving it what he's got. Right, there's bloop, bloop, bloop. I need you all, everyone else that's on top of the ship, Bishop, Marsland, and Anaximander, give me a perception check.
21.
5.
18.
I'm fully focused on Justinian
Okay.
still.
Anaximander and Bishop, as you are pulling away from land, you're maybe 60, 70 feet away from the docks now. You see this hooded person come to the bow of the larger ship that was lit. You can kind of see this pale skin lit in the moonlight as he sees this boat moving away from shore. You continue going, and you just see a bony finger kind of curl out toward the ship, and a couple of the warriors kind of up on the ship. What do you all want to do?
Row faster.
You don't know what's going
I'm
on.
I don't see it.
moving as quickly as I can to get the sail up
Okay.
and
You get
locked
the-
into place.
You get the sail, it locks in. It's a light wind, so you start pushing forward. I love these checks. Gwenton and Justinian, give me an intelligence check.
Can I do a cadence while they're doing that? I'm just going to start
Sure.
just
There's
like,
my nat
like
1.
just stomp
Oh,
just stompy as like row in time with the beat.
So Justinian,
With no added bonus to that at all. That's a straight 18 on the die.
so Justinian, you feel the ship lurch forward as it catches wind. So you're
Mhm.
like, okay, we must be going. So you kind of push down and hold the oars up to
Yep,
see
pull
if
it
you.
in.
Gwenton, you're continuing to put them into the water. You're like, we've got to get out of here. And,
I start
and as
tapping
you're,
him, and I'm like, Quentin, we're
No,
fine.
You're in the back of the
Yeah,
boat, man.
you're in the back of
we're
the
not in
boat.
the same
He's,
spot.
yeah, he's in the front.
Oh,
Um,
I thought they were like side by side.
No.
Oars in the ship, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, these are like 2 oars.
yeah, these
I'm
are
going
set.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
Don't
like,
me.
Quentin, we're going. We're fine. Like, we're good,
So-
man.
So, because like you can't even see him. You're in like the back.
Right. I understand. I'm just shouting
Yeah.
at him.
Okay. So like the ship's not going as fast as it can be, and Gwen, you're like, man, this is getting harder. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's getting harder to move forward. So Justinian comes up and basically talks to you like, hey, we're going.
Sails are up. We're moving.
Okay, I'll put the oars up then.
All right, 1 second.
Justinian stole a boat from shore. Hallelujah.
Anaximander.
Yes.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Got it. 12.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I believe I have a long-standing effect, and that goes for saving throws as well. Yep, that's 14. It's +2 to all my saving throws.
Okay. Second. Okay. You feel from behind you this like something just pierces the inside of you as you take 73 points of necrotic damage.
What?
Whoa.
And
Is that seen, or is that just something that's only witnessed or felt by me?
you just feel it as your inside just like turns to ice almost.
Yep.
Oh my god.
But you are able, the wind catches it, you get some speed. Gwyn and Justinian, you coming up on the main deck?
Yeah.
Take cover!
You see Anaximander as he says take cover, he just kind of coughs out some blood onto the deck. You can see it in the moonlight. And you're moving. It's gentle. There's not a lot of wind tonight, but you are moving northeast.
Marsland, now is the time to maybe have your friend help get us going faster. And I'll
Lots are gonna
go up to Annex.
You just see he
what
looks
has happened.
withered.
I will use one of my key points again for another hand of healing.
Bishop, it felt like my insides were ripped out from me. It clearly must have been magic. Someone is following us. Stand guard.
That will be Ethan. So you heal for 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use...
As I put my hand on you, you just feel this. There you see a like somewhat bright light and then a warm touch.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And then I'm going to use lay on hands on myself as well.
Okay.
And then we'll just do another 20.
All right, Marsland, you were saying?
I'm gonna summon my elemental as an air elemental, and I'm gonna have him assist in speeding up our.
What do you require?
Yes, this sail right here. Can you just push into it, please?
And he
for the entire hour of your existence, please.
he just when you see the sail push forward and everybody just kind of feels the boat lurch forward as you begin moving. So you get a good hour before he just disappears.
It's like an old man.
Thanks, Aaron.
But you got some good distance as you leave.
Sweet. I will also I'm gonna see. Actually, would I have a? I don't have a compass on me, do I? Don't think any of this would have that. Now, I'm gonna see if there's a. Is there a compass on the boat for navigation anywhere?
No.
Okay. Well,
That's something a captain usually brings with him. You know, compasses, sextants, those kind of things.
I am going to then just do my best. Oh gosh, train of thought. What I was going to say.
I'll point out the island that I think that we need to go to.
Yeah, and do I have any familiarity with the stars in order to make sure that we're on the right path?
Give me a for that purpose. Give me an intelligence check.
Well, what I was going to say is, I would. Oh gosh, I cannot think right now. I am keeping an eye on the shoreline and trying to map out a journey to make sure we're going to the right spot. Yeah.
Yeah, you're familiar. You have enough maps, like you can. It's dark. It is dark, so that's going to be really hard tonight. So, but yeah, what was that intelligence? 14.
14.
Okay.
Can I cast Boon of Knowledge on him? Do I know he's right? I'd like to do that.
I mean, you could probably see it. Like of course, he's looking rough, but you can see him like looking up at the sky.
I'm trying to remember what configuration dictates the direction, Marsden.
You look like you're trying to figure something out. Let me help you, and I'll reach over and cast Boon of Knowledge on him.
Okay.
What does that do?
You automatically succeed.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you with that you look up and it's like, oh, yeah, there's the stars I'm looking for. I need to head this direction, and you've got a good handle on it right now.
And then I'll point with Marsden. Marsden, we need to head in that direction.
Oh, I was, I think, about a half a degree off here. Thank you.
Yep. No, thank you. It's been a while since I've had to map since I've had to use the stars for guidance.
Have you spent much time sailing on the seas?
I have had my stint on a sea-bearing vessel before. Yes. It's all part of a plan by Tyr. Tyr puts these situations in front of me so when the time comes, we can succeed, as long as we are diligent in what we have learned.
Indeed. What previous situations were put in front of you that you needed to be on a boat?
I have been a servant of Tyr for many years. Where he goes, I go. Or where he tells me, I go.
Was he on this boat with you?
No. I've only met him once.
Is the Axeman still looking rough from that necrotic attack?
It's dark, but like you can tell, he's a little hunched over.
Light on. Nothing's dark around me.
Yeah.
I'm a beacon of light.
Woo!
Okay, but he's still pretty hurt.
Yeah. He
Okay.
he looks rough.
What's your max health? Max commander?
103.
Okay, I'll use preserve life and give you 45.
Okay.
So it can't be more than half of your max.
Yep.
So,
Quentin, that was just the boost that I needed. Now, I recommend that we take shifts and get some rest. It's going to be a long journey, but we need to have a minimum of 3 people awake at all times.
3 people.
Yes, 3.
So we'll just rotate.
Agreed.
I think Bishop should rest. If we're gonna go, I think Bishop should rest first.
I agree.
That way, as long as nothing happens in the first half, Bishop is good. But if something happens in the second half, it's not us scrambling.
All right. So Bishop is resting and you're all rotating around. Pretty uneventful night. Bishop, you end up getting your 4 hours, and then Jesus takes the wheel, and you just kind of hold it in the direction that Anaximander had you going, while everyone else rests.
Marceline.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
Justinian.
Go ahead, Quentin. Go ahead,
Sorry.
Quentin.
Who was the person resting at the same time as Bishop? Because there's 2 can rest while the other 3 are up.
Right. I was going to want to have a conversation with Marceline, but I would be willing to go down the same time as Bishop.
Well, I'll rest the same time as Bishop then.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
So you go first.
Yep.
Marceline,
Yes, Justinian.
do you have Mage Hand prepared?
I do not currently, but I do remember reading about that one. Why do you ask?
If I should ever fall in battle, I need you to retrieve this hilt and take it with you. Don't worry about recovering my body. I need you to take this hilt.
Could possibly have one of my cast a tiny servant to go and get it, but Mage Hand would also be adequate.
However you want to do it, I just need to make sure that this sword never gets into the wrong hands.
You are talking about the sword, right?
Right, yeah,
Okay.
the hilt.
Yes.
I need you to protect this part of it. If my body falls, I need you to retrieve this and take it with the rest of the group.
Absolutely, but you saw what we did for Oz. We aren't going to just abandon you on first sight.
Right, but 2 days ago, I fell in battle for the 4th time since we've been in a group, and I've never felt closer to death. And I need to make sure that magic of the sword does not fall into the wrong hands.
Certainly, yeah. That already done. But might I suggest standing further back in combat? It has worked rather well for me.
Well, that only puts Bishop and Anaximander up front.
I mean, it would do them good to learn some magic too, but hey, I can't control what they do.
Right. If the enemies get past me, that means they're getting to you.
But now that I've learned how to fly, I can just hover above them while I cast my hand to retrieve your hilt.
Fair enough.
All I could think of is if if all the frontliners become magic users, they now become backliners, which now makes there no frontline.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
It's just
There's
an
no
Anaximander.
Right.
Guys?
Right. Just Bishop and Anaximander standing up front by themselves all the time, whereas Quentin and I kind of wind up rotating in and out naturally through combat.
Yeah.
And so after Marceline and I have our conversation,
I wasn't done.
sorry.
If this were to happen, what would you want me to do with it?
I'm leaving a letter for Bishop so that he'll know what to do with the sword as a whole.
Interesting. So you're putting your eggs in different baskets. You want Bishop to handle the disposition of it, but you want me to collect it.
Yes, because if you need the extra magic that this hilt has given me, you would know what magic feels like.
Interesting.
But
In
Bishop,
case
go ahead.
in case something were to happen to Bishop, where should I bring this? Do you want me to hand it to the academy?
No, absolutely not. No.
Why you seem to not trust the academy?
I don't know what this thing does once it's all put together yet, and
I'm sure the academy could figure that out responsibly.
Right,
What have you seen the academy do that you don't trust?
they offered me a lot of money for just the hilt, Marsland. They offered me a lot of money.
Have you seen that place? Money is not an object to them. They would much rather part with money in favor of knowledge.
Right, but what happens if holding on to that knowledge costs that sword being put into the right hands at the right time?
Oh, when is the right time?
I don't know yet, and maybe I'll never know. Maybe it's someone else's destiny. I just need that sword protected and to make sure that it goes into the right hands when the right hands become available, if I'm not the right hands.
Should this sword ever be wielded by anybody at all? Have you thought of that as a possibility?
Do you think that Ferrandis and Sylvanas would not want a champion to wield it? I mean,
I'm not terribly familiar with them, so I can't speak on their behalf.
well, I mean, one's a nature deity. I mean, if True Silver, had one of her followers tell Gwenton, hey, protect this mace at all costs, I mean, wouldn't you trust in that?
We are getting quite philosophical here.
We are.
I don't know if those beings are necessarily inherently to be trusted. They're very powerful beings that
But you want to hand it over to the most powerful mages in the world. You don't want to hand it over to a champion of a god, but you want to hand it over to the world's most powerful group of mages.
Well, they don't view themselves as gods. They're much more humble.
Are they? You have a high view of the academy, and I respect your view on that. I just don't trust them to put the needs of the gods and of the common people ahead of the learned, of the elite magic user.
The academy puts the needs of all ahead of any one individual, I think.
They waited 4 days for us to come back to send somebody to look at Yargish. 4 days they let that city burn before we got back. 4 days.
Sure, they have their priorities.
Right. And they don't align with mine.
So what I'm hearing from all of this is the sword is not to go to the academy.
No.
I shall respect your wishes then.
I appreciate that.
So where is the sword to go?
It's to go to Bishop.
Understood. To him it will go.
Excellent. I really appreciate you, Marsland.
Appreciate you too, and hope not to have to put this into use.
Me either. I just need some contingency in case I fall in battle before I get the sword put together and know its full potential.
If we were to end up in another situation like we did in
What were we fighting?
The mother, not Yargish, Governor's Den.
Oh, the Drow. If we find
Drow.
ourselves in a situation like the Drow, okay.
What was the name? Was their name of the underground?
Mother Matron?
Mother Matron. Yeah, but was there a name of like matron mother? Anyway, if we were to find ourselves in another situation, we're in a prison that our items have been taken from us, and I can't use magic. Is there anybody I should
No. because at that point it'll be lost to everybody.
Noted. All right. No contingency.
Right. You are my contingency. Bishop is my contingency. Gwynton is my contingency.
This is a lot of pressure. I appreciate you putting the trust in me.
I literally divided it out amongst three of you. You are only receiving. But I guess I am giving you the most important piece because that's where my magic's currently contained. So I guess I'm giving you probably like 66% of the pressure, even though it's only a third of the piece.
This is not making me feel more at ease.
Oh, okay. You want me to teach you how to cast Eldritch Blast? Would that make you feel better?
I'm assuming I would already know that, right?
I mean, you don't know that spell, but it's not something that's ever been written in books.
Is that? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's not one you can learn,
Yeah. Even if he taught me.
even if he taught you. Yeah.
Would I know that?
I would say you would know enough about studying magic and stuff about the difference between warlock spells and cleric spells and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Justinian, as much as I would like to learn that, I don't know if that is in my wheelhouse of magic. Thank you for the offer.
No, not a problem. Well, good night, Marceline.
Good night. I'm just gonna, I guess, curl up on the deck of the ship.
Okay. All right. The night goes well. Morning comes, and Axamander, you wake up and immediately relieve whoever's at the wheel. And Marceline, you wake up. You look for coastline. You're not really seeing any coastline with where you're at.
Uh-oh. Is it? Sorry, did you say an Axamander is up?
Yes.
An Axamander. Are you confident we are still on course?
Absolutely.
Because I don't see any. Sure. You seem very confident in this.
The stars have guided me. I have done this many times before.
Is it
Marceline-
daylight right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't any stars in Axamander.
Yes, but Marceline, as you well know, the sun usually rises in one direction and then sets in another direction. Thus, we can guide ourselves by that declaration of fact.
Generally, yes, but the exact azimuth and elevation at which the sun rises on the horizon does change through time of year. Have you memorized the exact astral cycle of the sun?
On that, an Axamander, I need you to just make a wisdom check.
See if he throws Marceline off the ship.
No.
That one.
Oh no!
Okay. Can you roll a D100 for me?
We're never gonna make it.
There. Okay. There's a 26.
Okay. Continue.
How far off course are we?
26 degrees.
You're exactly where you need to be.
Okay. I think we're drifting. Oh no. We're gonna go to Titan's Rock.
Marceline, have you rested yet?
I just woke up.
I don't know who slept when
Yeah.
because the instruction was to. Well, it stresses 3 people, 3 people up, 2 sleeping. So
You watched me just stand up from the middle of the deck of the ship.
I think you need to sleep with Axamander.
Oh, silly time.
We need to discuss how powerful Ethan has become. I think our goal here is we need to get whatever artifact before he does. That way he does not gain the favor of a pillar.
But if our previous experience with a pillar is anything to go off of, that means that we're probably going to have to ask to have that artifact as a favor.
We are going to a place where a pillar is still sleeping. Remember, we are not. Well, was just in there when we had the conversation about the pillars probably shouldn't all be awake at the same fucking time?
No, I don't.
I
I
was
don't
not.
think so.
I was not. That's why I'm playing it the way I am, because the only
it's
thing
fine.
I know. Yep.
To be fair, does he even know what the pillars exist?
Yes. You guys did tell me that the thing that I made a deal with was a pillar.
Okay.
And that there were 3 more of them. But that was it. That's all you guys told me.
So hopefully we do not disturb the pillar.
So if we don't know what the artifact is, though, what if we wind up in a situation similar to the Matron Mothers where we find a bunch of artifacts?
I believe we will come to that when we come to that.
Okay.
I do not know how to answer that right now. All that I am aware of is that Ethan should not get anything from this island.
Agreed. And I will follow your guide on this because you have worked for him, fought against him. You know him better than any of the rest of us.
Okay. Anything else? What's everybody doing, I should say?
I'm going to ask Bishop if he will put the other 2 pieces of my sword in his bag of holding, because I don't want to be holding on to all 3 pieces if I ever get captured.
You do realize that is not a priority for me currently.
I just need you to make sure that it doesn't get left on my body if I get captured or killed. You have your bag. You run away with your bag. All 3 pieces of the sword don't get nabbed by somebody else.
I believe we've had this discussion. I understand you have a duty to a deity, but we have to look at the bigger picture here. You are worrying about something that will be a maybe, not a certainty.
So you need me to ask Quentin to hold on to these pieces. Got it. And so I walk
Okay.
over to Quentin and Quentin, will you put these in your bag so that if I fall in battle or get captured, they don't get all 3 pieces of the sword?
Hang on, let me be meta real quick and make sure I have space to hold it. Look at this. I was staring right at me, never looked at the camera.
I don't know if he's talking, knows you're talking about him.
As long as they don't weigh 470 pounds, I should be good.
How much does this sword weigh? 190 pounds.
So it is less than 3 pounds because it doesn't include a hilt.
Yeah, I'll
It's
put it in there.
pretty light.
Yeah. So I give you the 2 pieces then to put in your bag of holding.
Let's see what else I can send to the ether. You said I'm just gonna go with 3 pounds and make a note on it.
That's fair.
How heavy is the hilt?
Less than a pound, I would imagine.
Yeah.
190 pounds.
Okay.
I'm just gonna aim high.
190 pounds. I'm gonna come over to Justinian.
Okay.
Justinian, where did you say the hilt was on your person?
It hangs from a little loop because it's my spell focus. So literally, I have to switch between that and the sword.
I cast Mage
Yes.
Hand,
Okay.
and I am going to practice taking it off of him.
Okay. Does he remove it? Do you allow him to remove it with Mage Hand?
Absolutely.
Okay. I pick it up with Mage Hand to bring it over to myself. I take it from the hand. I hand it back to Justinian.
Okay.
Do you take it back?
Absolutely.
Do you reholster it?
Yeah, absolutely. Stay
Okay.
right back on the loop.
I take my Mage Hand and I practice again.
Roll
Okay.
dexterity save. Tink,
Justinian,
tink, bloop.
Can you lay down as if you had just died in combat, please?
Let me see if I can remember 3 days ago and I just plop on the deck.
I've practiced with Mage Hand.
And I allow him to do it this last time, and then I'm just like, okay, we're done with practicing. You're doing very good, Marcelin, very good. And I pat him, like reach up and pat him on the top of his head.
Thank you
Like
for
I'm
entertaining
dunking
me,
a
Justine.
basketball.
I hand back the hilt one last time.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just making sure that the sails stay taut and ropes
Okay.
aren't slipping.
Um.
I'm trying to learn from Bishop so I can help.
Yeah. Just give me a strength check on that, Bishop. It's a low DC, but just Jesus
That one.
Christ. Jeez.
Hey, I got nat 20s all last session. Why wouldn't I get on that ones this session?
Fate balances out eventually.
Yep.
Okay.
Reload DD.
We find ourselves in Governor's Den.
You're right. You'll see Bishop, like Anaximander specifically. You see Bishop, he's just kind of like checking on the sails and he's pulling on it. He pulls on it and the sail like flattens out because it's not catching wind anymore. And he's just kind of, you can tell he's trying to make sure everything's good, but like you're not getting any movement forward. You feel yourself kind of lurch slower.
No. Bishop, pay attention. Catch the wind. We're not catching the wind right now. Here, let me help.
So he adjusts it back down and you feel as it pushes forward and you continue. Anything else y'all want to do before nighttime?
No, just marveling to myself that 3 months ago stealing a boat would have been a bad thing to me. It would have been unlawful and bad.
Hey, Marsden, you want to get Aaron out to get us to go an hour faster?
Aaron seems to only respond to me about once a week, it seems, unfortunately.
You hired a slacker.
I guess so.
Once a week.
Can I cast Mage Hand to just like drum on the sail?
to drum on what?
The sail to push it forward. Like
Okay,
pat it along.
It's just slapping the sail. It's an Anaximander. You're just like, I don't think that's helping. That like it's.
Yes, Marsden, I don't know what you're trying to do here, but it is not helping us get to our destination any faster.
I will stop then.
All right. Night falls. What are you doing tonight?
Anaximander, I can't help but notice, but the stars are back. Can we take another look at our route?
As the captain of this ship, of course, Marston. I have been keeping an eye on the skies for as long as I have been awake. So, thank you for the continued observance of my duties here as captain.
Gladly.
As we can see here, you see that cluster of stars right there, and then I'll point towards them. Okay, and
as you point toward them, you're like, those aren't where they're supposed to be.
I meant those over here. That is what that is.
and you make an adjustment.
We have made quite a bit of progress over this past day. So let's
what was that you just did there?
We call it a course correction. We've made quite a bit of progress. It's on our way to our destination.
All right. Who's staying up first?
Sure.
I'll go to bed first, just to keep the rotation going.
Okay.
I'll stay up for as long as I need, since I only need 6 hours.
Okay.
So as long as he tells me which stars are supposed to be in front of us, I'm.
Yep, and I will. I'll point it to him. Keep those here at the starboard.
Okay.
I'll go to bed around the same time as the next commander. Only I'm going to go sleep in the cabin.
Okay.
Bishop, as you're going, I mean, it's peaceful for a while, but then you start seeing clouds roll in, and you can feel the ocean getting a lot more uneasy, and the boat's shaking, and you can't see the stars anymore. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
So can we very, very, very loosely use the term creature so I can cast freedom of movement on the boat?
No.
The 12.
Okay, can you roll a D100 for me?
Nothing loose about it. It's a mimic.
Exactly.
The whole ship is a mimic.
42.
Okay. All right. So you're doing the best you can. Who's relieving Bishop? It's raining. The storm has hit.
I can relieve Bishop.
Okay.
I believe it'd be me and Marsden up now.
All right. Marsden, you grab the wheel. Can you give me a wisdom check? If you want to give him guidance, give him guidance.
Just a straight wisdom check?
Yep.
What does guidance give again?
You were all D4 and at it.
It's not going to help.
You know what? I should just switch this other spell that gives advantage on wisdom checks that I have.
Go ahead and roll that D100, Marsland.
We're now right into the continent.
That I rolled high on. I don't know if high is good.
Okay. You're doing the best you can. It's hard to keep a hold of this wheel, and you're fighting it against the waves, and you're moving in and out. Go ahead and make a Constitution check, specifically for you.
Check or save?
A save.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You're doing good. You all continue this for a while. Morning comes, the sky brightens up a little, but it's still dark from the clouds. It's still torrential rains. Who is holding on to the ship?
I will.
Okay, so you kind of, once you see it's gotten really bad, you kind of run up and move Marsland and grab a hold of it. Give me that wisdom check again.
Yep, bring the sails in. We gotta ride this out. Keep the stern to the waves. And wisdom saving throw? Or wisdom check?
Wisdom check, yep.
Okay, it's another nat one.
Oh my
But I
gosh.
guess he-
This
Fucking
episode-
D&D, man.
That's,
This is
that's
ridiculous.
That's two nat ones with wisdom checks for direction.
Okay, give me
so,
roll a D100, please.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that has not rolled in that one tonight? Oh, okay, DM. Yeah, congrats.
10.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
10. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Who is on the top of the deck now that you're all awake?
I am.
I am.
Everybody.
Oh my.
Okay. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Excellent.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Okay.
13.
Okay. Is that everybody? Think so? Looks like it. All right. So the storm is rocking back and forth. A big wave comes over and just hits the ship. It covers your vision. You all cover your eyes, and when you look up, Justinian's not on deck anymore.
Jesus
Justinian?
fucking Christ.
Justinian.
Everyone roll a perception check. Got to get some rolls in.
Yeah,
7.
that's what we need. More of those.
Yeah, more rolls. Yeah.
Holy
13.
moly!
Yep. There you
What
go.
is happening? Justinian, roll a new character.
Yep. There it is. I'm glad I made the deals that I made with everybody.
Except it doesn't matter because we can't get your hilt if we don't know where you're at.
Right?
So,
But at least the other two pieces aren't on me.
so Anaximander, actually, you see Justinian has went over the side, and you see him in the water.
How far is the boat from the top of the boat from water?
It's pacing him away from him.
No. How far is the top of the boat to the water?
Maybe 10, 15 feet, somewhere around there.
Okay. Is there anything on the boat that we could use to float out there or swim out there, get him and come back without getting lost ourselves?
How far is he?
He at this point he's probably about 30 feet from the boat
Yeah.
Okay.
in rough waters.
If he's about 30 feet, I want to cast Water Walk on him.
Okay. Justinian, you feel yourself bloop, and you're like standing there, and it's definitely difficult terrain, but you're standing there and like stumbling on the water. What are you doing? The boat. The boat is moving.
I cast Misty Step to step back on the boat.
Okay, so the boat's
Fair enough.
moving, and you blink, and as you're falling from the Misty Step, you grab a hold of the back. So you're hanging onto the back of the boat right now, right behind Anaximander. But you have a grip on it right now, and you're getting battered around.
I'll drop the rope. I will drop the rope that I was about to grab, that I was handling, and then I'll grab Justinian and start to pull him up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull him up.
At this point, Bishop, what are you doing?
I'll grab the wheel when I see
Okay.
Annex let go of it.
Okay, Marslin, what are you doing?
This chaos. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna help with Justinian.
Okay. All right.
Grab some rope and tie yourself to the bow or the railing.
Let me roll this up.
Not too tight unless we capsize.
Marslin, I need you to roll a D100.
Why? 53.
Okay. As you're helping pull Justinian up, you start hearing the sail strain under the pressure from the storm. You just hear, and you see the sail rip slightly at the top, but it's getting battered pretty bad with these winds.
I'm gonna go over and cast mending on it.
Okay.
I thought an Aximander told us to bring. Oh, it was too late. Okay,
He
gotcha.
did, and then you fell over.
Right. I'm sorry that my dice failed. Like,
Oh no, just
Mr. Roll 5 that once tonight, give me shit.
no,
like,
no. I'm just saying. All of this happened within like 2 seconds. You were there, you weren't there, and shit went everywhere.
So Marsland lets go and runs over, and he starts moving his hands up to start mending the sails, and they begin putting together, but the winds are still beating the sails. Another wave comes up. I need you all to make another dexterity saving throw.
Everybody?
Yes.
Are they within 10 feet of me?
I would say everybody
yeah,
except
for sure.
Marsland.
Everybody but
All right,
Marsland. Yeah.
add +2 onto it.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
make a difference for me.
yeah, that'd be a 23 for me.
So
Yeah,
nat
5.
20.
7.
23 for me.
7.
Okay.
15.
A wave comes up, and as you pull Justinian up onto the ship, Quentin's not standing up there anymore.
I'm slowly falling off the ship.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna-
Slowly. Roll again. I forgot you had that, so give advantage for this purpose. I forgot you had that slow. Yeah.
13.
Yeah, you're still going over the side. So you see him, and he's like in the air, just slowly fall on. He's not in there. What do you want to do?
Bishop still has his hand, is still on the helm.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
still on the hill.
All right.
Row the
I'm gonna
road.
grab onto the railing, and I'm gonna reach out to him.
Okay. He's a bit far out for reaching for.
Okay, then I'll throw the rope. I'll throw the rope to him then.
Okay, so you throw the rope. The rope just kind of lands across your face,
Oh
Gwen.
gosh.
So
Stop rolling.
grab a hold of it, and you begin pulling up. Marsland, roll another D100.
82.
Okay. The sails, they're pushing further, but they're holding together. As you all you get Gwenton back on board, everybody's kind of there now. Bishop has a hold of the wheel, and he's holding on to this. A gust of wind blows real strong. Mars, I need you to make a strength check.
Oh. 12?
Okay, roll another D100.
Ah. 37.
Okay. You hear the mast start cracking as it begins like lightly swaying in the wind, as the sail just keeps getting pummeled by the wind.
Mending.
Okay, so you reach up and cast mending. Bishop, you see this too. I mean, you're keeping a hold of this thing, and the mast, begins wobbling at the top. Marsland's casting out to mend it together. It's doing its best to hold this.
Stop fooling around back there and help him get the sail down. As I'm like struggling here with the damn wheel.
Yeah, go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check. Yeah, these roll. Roll a D100 for me.
26.
Oh, okay. All right, you're doing your best to hold course, but at this point, you don't know if you're heading north, south, east. You can't see anything. There's been too many distractions. But you're just holding onto the wheel so that you don't spiral away and the ship just falls apart.
Can I teleport with Misty Step the 30 feet up to the top of the mast where it's hanging, where the sail is
Sail.
hanging?
Like holding on to the mast.
Like, yeah, teleport up there and grab a hold of the mast as I teleport with Misty Step.
Okay, so you teleport up there. Give me a dexterity check. We'll make it acrobatics to see if once you're up there, if you can grab a hold of the mast.
Okay. 11.
Oh,
So you see Justinian, and he just lands right in front of you, Marsland.
Let's get that sail up.
I tried, but now I'm falling because apparently I can't land where I wanted to with my own spell.
Well, there's nothing.
The boat's moving.
The boat's moving, and it's just a pole. There's no like crow's nest or anything up there. There's nothing to stand on.
Okay, so with the mast, like you've got this portion of it, and then you've got the top part where the sail hooks to it, and the bottom part where the sail hooks to it. So, like, I don't understand why I wouldn't be able to teleport directly onto a sitting position right there.
Boats moving and all that kind of stuff. That's
Fair
how I
enough.
think of it.
Okay. That's fine. I just thought, you know what I mean? Like, my best laid plan, gone.
All right. What do we do right
That's
now?
this whole session. No.
Right.
that's D&D.
I'm good. I'll try to help get the sails unfurled so that we can get them rolled up.
Okay.
I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna tie Bishop to the helm. This is not too tight, but it should keep you in place. And then I'm gonna start working my way over to the others to try and tie them into place as well.
As Marsland keeps casting mending to keep everything together, Quentin, give me a strength check for bringing the sails down.
How much damage did I take from the
That
fall?
one.
4 points.
Okay.
Roll a D100. These rolls. Holy crap.
Digital
16?
dice.
12.
12 on a D100.
Wow.
All right. As you start pulling the sails down, you just hear as it just tears like halfway down the sail. It's like two pieces now just flapping in the wind.
Mending.
The wind's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do start to slow down. You're not getting near much. You mend it, and then Gwynton, you get it the rest of the way down. You now don't have a sail up. That your lurching forward has stopped. You're just kind of going with the waves. Everyone, give me one last dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Bishop, keep the stern to the waves.
Wow.
What was that at advantage?
Shoot.
Dexterity save.
Dexterity save. All right. If you're
Well-
within, add your +2.
Dirty 20
There.
for 22.
Dirty 20 then, if I'm
Yeah.
adding +2.
Dirty 20.
23.
14 again. Bye, guys.
You still have water walk on, just so you know.
That's
Do
true.
I?
Yeah,
How
it's an
long's
hour
it?
long.
Yeah.
Oh,
it-
okay.
It lasts a while.
Bud.
You start to slide
walking
off.
on raindrops.
Right, you start to slide over, and like this wave comes up, and you just start kicking your feet, and it gives you enough to push back on. You roll on, and you're just death gripped onto the side at this point. You're not going anywhere.
All right.
The boat shakes, and it shimmies. This storm is awful. You ride this out for about an hour, and it begins calming down, and it's not as wild anymore. You got a nice gentle drift going on. It's still like a little bit into your stomach, but the main wind has died down. The big waves have died down. You get a chance to look at the ship. It's pretty beat up from this encounter. So you kind of figure out what you're going to do next, as you don't even know which direction you're heading. And that's where we're going to end this evening.
Oh my god. Oh.
I
What
knew
a
you were going to do
horrible
that.
session. What a horrible session.
Those rolls are absolutely, out of both campaigns, this has to be like the worst consistent set of rolls ever.
I rolled a 2 twice. Tonight.
You know fate is just catching up for all those nat 20s you guys have been getting. So
We haven't been getting any.
No, Bishop
I've
got
got,
like
I've got
6
a
in one
few.
combat last week.
Bishop's been rolling heavy on that stuff. All right. We've got our giveaway here. I'm going to go over to the interface and hit close. We have 5 people. And I'm going to say draw a winner. The winner is... Wait. Madam Legit. Is Madam Legit still here in the chat? Well, look at that. It even gives percentages. 16.67% chance to win. That's great. What they don't realize is like I'm in there and my role doesn't count. So
Well, she's in chat, but I don't know. She may be in the midst of Fortnite right now.
yeah, there she is. Yay! She's the winner. All right, madam. We will get that shipped out to you. Congratulations. Stick around. We want to do some more giveaways this year. I think next I think we could probably manage doing a gift card to like Steam or PSN or something like that. So stay tuned. We may do that here. Maybe we'll try to do something once a month. That we may be able to pull that off. So make sure to all you new folks that stop by, be sure to give us a follow and join us on Mondays for the continuation of this story. And on Wednesdays, we do a little normal gaming. That allows us to chat a bit more. We can chat with all of you. And if you want to catch up on what we've got, I know I've hit this a bunch tonight, but head over to our link tree. You can catch up on the campaign with our bonus actions on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. There's Wombat's 3D printing Etsy store on there, and then our partners Banter and Babble and Half-Ass Beer Review. Everything's on that link tree. Everything's there. So hop in the Discord.
Except for our merch.
yeah. Well, the merch link doesn't work right now. And I took our other merch links down because we have to redo all that. Yeah, thanks, Professor Bex5. Thanks for that follow. Thanks for coming by. They said this was their first Twitch stream. We were their first Twitch stream.
That's awesome.
That's great. Pershima, thanks for coming by. Be sure to stop by for the next one. Hopefully, Savage Crucible, thank you. Maybe they can donate something else sometime. So those figures are great. Those figures are awesome. But yeah, thanks again. And until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon. Take care, everybody.
The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster. Turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip on a body like I'm playing lacrosse. Beat to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing a master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, willing to rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself. Thinking of all the ways I can top myself. On God, I can move like a devil. I hope you and your squad are ready for the last level that ends here. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster. Y'all are dealing with the best of the worst. Does anybody want to volunteer to die?